All right, bye. We are here again. This is an episode I've been wanting to do for a while because she's somebody I met on the TikTok. I always said I feel like I have some sort of little radar for people who just go through a lot of shit because she wasn't posting necessarily much about it, but I just picked up on something. I reached out to her and we just started talking, and now we talk almost every day. So just checking on each other, and we both have a lot of similar, experiences that we've gone through, and I've always appreciated just keeping in touch with her and seeing how she was doing. So, you want to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you.
So my name's Jacqueline Perez, but I prefer Jackie, so then it doesn't make it seem like I'm getting in trouble.
Okay.
So my full name's not used.
Right.
I am just turned 36 last month, and just doing my job. I'm a parapro, getting the hang of it for my first year, but been working with kids for last 6.5 years and loving every bit of it. So nothing can pull me away from that.
There you go. Yeah, I'm actually also 36, and I actually have a job interview with a company that wants to have me come on board to help help children with learning disabilities. So we'll see. I'm not sure if that's going to work out or not, but yeah, like I said, there's a lot.
I was just going to ask you about that. I'm like, I feel like you would be really, really good with that. Like, probably. No doubt in my mind at all.
Yeah, probably. My last job, like I liked it, but it was, it's working for the Center for Independent Living, and, you help people with disabilities, but unfortunately, unless they are enthused about what you're trying to help them with as much as you are, it's not going to happen. So my job was to help them find jobs. Well, if they're like, hey, I'm 57 and I've never worked and I have no voluntary experience, can you get me a job? And I'm like, no, but I'll pretend like I can.
That's not how it works. Right. Like, that's not how it works. But, give me a call back after you get hired somewhere and we can talk again.
I'll try. I mean, I got a lot of people job interviews and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, I get it. Like, people are going to discriminate against you regardless. But at the same time, it's like, you've made it very hard on someone wanting to hire you because you have nothing to go on.
Right. And you can't make it seem like, oh, I'm so excellent for this position. Oh, where have you worked? Well, nowhere but in my memory and in my fantasies that I created sleeping. Like, unfortunately, we need real world experience here.
Yeah. And then, like, from where I come from Philly, and like, it's a hard city, but also like people with disabilities, it's like there's not a lot of success stories, unfortunately. And I've said this to my friend Megan, who has cerebral palsy. I told her, I said, no matter how hard, and this goes to you too, like, no matter how hard we are on ourselves, like in our community, in the disability community, we are a success story because, our independence. I mean, maybe we're not fully independent, but we're like 80, 90% there. And it's like, that's a success story in our community because the bar is set so low. So if you're working...
It really is, and that's sad.
It is. No, it's really sad. And that's why it's...
I'm like, this is honestly my first full-time job. All my other ones have been part-time, but this is being at this new school, me switching jobs. This is my actual first full-time job, and I'm exhausted every day. Like, I can wake up after a decent amount of sleep. How do you feel this morning? Tired. Come home from work. How was work? Good, but I'm tired. And then I get the response, you're always tired. Yeah. Like, well, I have to push myself harder than normal people do. So, but thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, and that's, like I said, it's a very difficult thing to understand that, even just to be like, oh, I'm a success story, but I'm only working. Because to the average person, it's like, so I'm working, my mom's working, my dog's working, everybody's working. But it's like,
right.
But you didn't have to go through everything I had to go through to get this job, for one, then keep it.
Yep.
And like earn my spot. Because if somebody says, hey, we got somebody who could barely see on board, they're going to be working and lifting things and doing it, everyone's going to go, what? And it's like, no.
Like, do they need assistance? And then they try to baby you, and you're like, no, like, I've actually done this job. Like, I'm okay.
Yeah, no, you going to put them on a leash or something? Something. Like,
yeah.
Like, no.
Like, you sure they're not behind a desk? Like, but that's just how inconsiderate people that don't understand disabilities are to our community because they feel like we are feeble little things that need to be in a glass container and wrapped in bubble wrap.
Yeah, and I mean, we follow each other and support each other on social media, and like that's why I go so hard at like constantly talking about being myself, but also not shying away from having a disability. I just don't let people tell me that I'm blind TJ. I just like, yeah, I have two disabilities, that and mental health, but they are just a part of me. I'm not ashamed of them because they're always going to be with me most likely. So be it. But don't treat me like I am disabled. Like I always say, I have disabilities, but don't treat me like I'm disabled, because to me that becomes like a mindset. Like, oh, I can't do something because I'm disabled.
Yes, and then they don't understand, but not only with just the regular disability, but then we have like the mental parts of it, and then we feed into that like, well, maybe they are right, because of course there goes our anxiety. Then the depression sets in out of nowhere that's been buried for like a good 2 months, and you're like, well, what the hell? This wasn't happening earlier, but because people push it so far into us on almost a daily basis, it messes with us, and then people wonder why are you tired today and just in your room? Yeah. Because I had an exhausting day listening to you belittle me.
Yeah. Oh, me and some of my friends have talked about how when COVID came around, everybody was like, "Oh God, we got to stay home." I'm like, "You mean you're living a disabled life? Poor you."
Exactly. Aww. I said that too. I was like, "Oh," and they're like, "Well, you know, it comes with this, and this is a side effect." I was like, "Oh, almost sounds like my disability, but yours is a little bit more deadlier than mine."
Yeah.
Aww. And then I get side-eyed. I'm like, what? I'm just telling you the truth. Like, welcome to my world.
Poor you. You have to stay home and pet your cats, and you have to hang out with your family. Oh, that sounds so sad. And you get to get paid, what, $1,200 a week? Oh, no. I feel so
I know,
sorry
and that was the worst part. I didn't even get paid at my job, and everybody was like, "Oh, well, this is good for you." I'm like, how? I didn't get to do my job working with kids or one-on-one or anything. I didn't get paid at all.
Yeah.
And they're over here getting paid their salary. I'm like, my mom was a cleaning lady and she was still getting paid and wasn't even going into work. Like, how is that fair? I'm like, that's what sucks about everything. Like, for being disabled, they're just like, oh, well, they don't need it that much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I laugh it off, but like, there are times where I should just play the disability card. Like, oh, you know what? No,
yes.
That would have been a time, by the way. I didn't do it. I worked that whole time.
Oh, yeah, I didn't either. I would have loved to work. Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah, I worked that whole time. But again, if I would have stayed home, I would have gotten more, because I would have gotten at $1,200 a week. Because I could have just said, hey, I have this condition, and they don't know shit. My doctors would have just said, sure. Do you want to work? Because at that point, everyone was taking COVID like it was cancer. So it was like, we have to make sure that no one knows anything. So just make something up and we'll keep you home. But I didn't. I wanted to stay home and stay working. And then all of a sudden it was like, hey, everybody's going to get paid $1,200 a week. And it's like, oh shit, I missed out on that boat. But again, it wasn't about money. I didn't want to be in the house all day long because I know what that's like.
Yes.
And so,
just like right now, I mean, all I had was a surgery done, like nothing major, but I've been in the house for like a week now, and I couldn't even go up to my aunt's birthday party today that my sister told me nothing about, because she likes that I am sick and have things that sometimes I cannot go with her and my mom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and even that card, I'm like, it sucks having siblings that just genuinely are like, oh, okay, cool. And never check up on you like after the surgeries or after your infusions, nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to talk about this somehow on a TikTok video, but like like my neighbor below me, he pays $600 less in rent than I do. The only difference in our apartments is mine has steps. So our doors are right next to each other, and then I just go right above him. But we have the same size apartment. He pays $600 less than I do, because he claims his disability and I don't, because I make too much. It's like if it's horseshit. It's like, and his disability isn't anywhere near as severe as mine. He's just got like arthritis, which I'm not saying arthritis isn't bad. It is, but
yeah,
it's not as severe as my visual impairment or my mental health. He just buries his emotions in a bottle, or with cigarettes and weed. And, whatever. I'm not judging. You do whatever you got to do to get through life. Life can be
Right.
very challenging. But it's like, I don't run from that shit. I keep going. And yeah, it's unfair. But it's like, what am I supposed to do? Life has been unfair my whole life. So do I sit around and
Exactly.
cry about it? Probably not.
And you don't want to sit around and milk it like everybody, like, again, not bashing whoever does it. Like, that's all them, to his their own. But it makes all disabled people look bad. It makes those like myself with the invisible illnesses on days when we don't feel them, we have to use our handicap sign, that we get yelled at in the parking lot
Yeah.
because that's not even your side. Nothing's wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then here goes somebody that claims disability, and yours is just arthritis. Like, and I'm pretty sure, like, I understand weather changes and everything, but
Yeah.
you can take medicine and not feel it that much. I'm like, MS, I can't feel my whole right side of my body. It's all numb. But I fake it and nobody can tell.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I went over to the landlord, and I was talking to them. I'm like, can you think right now, because I got laid off, can I just lower my price, just for now? I'm gonna find something soon. And they're like, no, you're locked into some subsidized price. You were offered something in the very beginning. If you would have taken that price, it goes based on your income. But see the difference. The reason why I didn't take that one is because it said if I ever made too much, they would have to evict me. Not move me to
Wow.
another apartment. They would have to evict me.
Just a
And at the time, I wasn't making enough for that to happen, but eventually I made way
Yeah.
more. So I would have
Yeah.
gotten evicted. So obviously I made the right choice, but at the same time, it's like, man, when you lose your job, they don't care. They're like, yeah, you're still paying that same price, and yeah, they get to pay that because they don't have any other income. And it's like, so because I don't, say, poor little disabled me, I have to wear the brunt of life, the weight of it. Like, okay, cool, whatever, so be it. It's,
Yeah, just another thing we have to sadly get over with, but it kind of just sucks.
absolutely. You want to tell everybody like what your conditions are?
Sure. I have, of course, the lovely multiple sclerosis. I've had it since July of 2004. I was 15, and that just sucked. I could not see. I had a migraine that lasted for 2 weeks nonstop. Found out about it by, want to say it was a day before, no, it was 2 days before my best friend's quinceañera. And I told the doctors right then and there, they were like, well, we're going to admit you. We're going to see what's wrong, because they didn't have the diagnosis at the time. And I was like, how about I make you a deal? And I heard my mom go, what? And my dad start laughing. And the nurse and the doctor looked at me and they were like, what? And I was like, I have my friend's quinceañera. I have the dress. Everything's bought. It's Saturday. I will come in Monday morning, bags packed and ready to be admitted. But I'm not getting checked in over the weekend. I have an obligation. And they're like, what? And the doctor's like laughing. My mom's like, why did you say that? He goes, you got a deal. I'll tell them right now that to look for your name and everything when you come in. Like, you'd make a hell of a lawyer one day.
Wow.
And then a couple of days after that, I was in the child's wing. And I even remember the doctor's name. I was at the University of Illinois. Wasn't at the University of Chicago yet. Her name was Dr. McMillan. I think she's back out this way. I cannot remember correctly. But she was a child's doctor, and that was her last year there, actually. And she diagnosed me, and she drew a brain on a napkin with these little black spots that my mom still has till this day, and explained multiple sclerosis to me like that.
Wow.
And since then, I have been on 3 medications. One, they would not listen to me, and it almost killed me with how they were prescribing it until my new infusion center pulled it from me and refused to give it to me until they had a different medication. And now I am just back on my second medication, and I'm doing well.
Great.
But along with the MS, I also have anxiety and really, really bad depression.
Yeah.
And I'm trying my best. I do see a therapist, so.
Which I bet you would agree that probably the more crippling disability is the mental health. Because for me, I've lived with my eyes. Like, do I love it? No, it's not perfect. Far from perfect. But, I'm okay. Like, if someone gave me the option of, would you rather cure your eyes or your mental health? I would say the mental health easily. And technically,
definitely.
The eyes are more severe.
And the funny thing is, I would rather heal my mental health over my disability, which is funny because the MS is eating away at the nerves, the nerve covering in your brain, which triggers any function you have. But I would rather have a better state of mental health than clear my own disability.
Yeah. Well, that's why I always say mental health is a disability, because more people have it than any, but it's something that there's nothing you can do about it. There's no putting on glasses. There's no leg braces for this. It's you could take medication, but even that doesn't really work.
It doesn't. It makes you into like this soulless zombie that's just walking around but doesn't want to eat anything, and it's horrible.
And that's why I don't take a high dosage, because I don't want to be like mental Botox. Like I want to be able to show and express emotions. Like I want it to help. If it helps balance me out, fine. I just don't want to have full on panic attacks every day. So if it can keep me from doing that, cool. But no, I think that was another thing I told you when I first reached out to you. I didn't know you had MS, but I told you my grandfather had it, and I watched what it did to him, and for him it took away his mobility. And it happened pretty quick, too. Now, I don't know when he was diagnosed. I know it was later in life, and I don't know what science and technology was at that point, because he died in 2003, and it happened well before that. So that's not what killed him, but it definitely, like, his body was deteriorating.
That's, like contributing factors that helped, well, you don't want to say help, wrong choice of words, but just added to,
It's okay. You don't got to be politically correct with me. I say all kind of shit.
I know, I just don't. Oh, I know you do, and that's why I love following you and still watching your videos. I'm like, you've been a very good inspiration helping me with a lot of stuff recently and then since we've met. So, well, we've technically met.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. Same with yours. But I mean, because it's, I don't really, part of it's because it's where I come from, Philadelphia, but it's also just like, I'm done with people sugarcoating shit for me. Been like, oh, but is it because of this and that? And it's like, no, just tell me my eyes are fucked up. I don't care. Like, tell me what you got to tell me, doc. You don't got to give me all these big words that I don't understand. Like, I have a pretty good vocabulary, but I don't know all these medical terms. You can just tell me that, they're pretty fucking scarred. Okay, cool. All right, now what? Is there anything we can do about it? Yes, no. Don't give me some other shit.
Well, yes, no. If not, then let's step over it and get on to the next part of why I'm here.
Yeah, there's a lot. Look, like there's like the word retarded. I don't use that word because I've worked with a lot of children with learning disabilities, and they're the only group of people that cannot really defend themselves if somebody's saying something terrible about them. So that's one word I've really cut out of my vocabulary. Now, obviously, I'm not throwing out racial epithets and all that, but like, I had someone on my podcast who was like, my son suffers from mental retardation, and some people had a problem with it. I'm like, it's her son, and then technically that's the medical condition. If she would have said, hey, my son is a retard, I would have been pissed. But she was describing how she wanted to describe it. I'm not going to take that from her. And now we are so politically correct about it. Oh, no, you can't even say children with learning disabilities.
No, you can't say children with learning disabilities.
You can't say little people. You got to say, I'm like, what can you say?
What can you say?
Whoop, your phone's giving feedback.
Okay. There it goes.
There you go. You're good. But no,
my AirPods died.
Oh, you're good. But we are so worried about hurting everyone's feelings and all that, and it's like, man, our lives are hard enough. I know, I get it. Words hurt and all that shit, but like, man, just be real with me. Just tell me how you feel. Like, I'm just always about people being themselves at all points, and just be yourself. Say what you mean. And we'll figure it out if there's some hazy middle area where it's like, oh, why did you say it like that? Like, we can work it out. We're adults.
Yeah.
But it's just understanding and giving a shit. And it's like, oh, well, you said this. Okay. Do you want to know the context of why I said that? No, you just want
Right.
you just want to say I'm a bigot or I'm this because of that. Like, no, you don't get to say that. It's like, stop.
Like, did you just want a reason to kind of come at me and start a fight because you're upset with where your life is right now? Because you brought about those terms, and now I'm just going off of what you said.
Yeah, and they keep moving the goalposts. They keep changing the words.
Yeah.
So then when you use 6 months ago term, oh, what?
Yeah.
We don't do that anymore. That was so 3 months ago. I don't give a shit. Like as long as it's not entirely demeaning to them, I don't, like, it's fine. Like, but, like, whatever. There's people that got frustrated with me for how I talk about blind people. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. They're my people. Like, whatever.
Right.
Like, I make fun of it because otherwise it's depressing, it's scary, it's a lot of things. But I have to...
Right. Like,
go ahead.
we just have to make fun out of ourselves because that's what's going to help us throughout the day. We can't all be like, oh, well, let's be like Sarah McLachlan, and for 35 cents a day, you can support little Billy here and blah, blah, blah. Like, come on, let us have some fun.
Yeah, and again, if your approach is that soft approach, that's fine. I'm not against anybody for doing it the way they want to do it. That's fine. But there's a huge group of us who don't want that, and there's a group that do. But don't criticize me because I'm not criticizing you. You do what you want. I can make fun of what you do, but I won't because it's necessary. There are people that need that approach, but don't attack mine because mine is, yes, a little more vulgar. It's a little more open. A little more visceral, but at the same time, there are people who want to hear that because they don't get to hear it. They hear a lot of others just sugarcoat shit for them and just try to be like, oh, yeah, poor you. And it's like, no, don't pour me. I'm good. I'm good. Leave me alone. Don't feel sorry for me. I don't need you to pity my disabilities. They're fine.
Exactly. I'm like, that's exactly why last year I finally decided where I was like, Mom was like, so are we doing the walk for MS? And she was like, no. And she's like, oh, do you just want to do the one closer to us? I was like, no, I don't want to do it at all. And she's like, oh, you're just saying that because you're with so-and-so. I was like, no, Mom, have a seat because I'm going to explain to you why I don't want to do it. Because it's like once a year, that's everybody's excuse to come together and be like, oh, yeah, she has this and this. And, yeah, we're here for her. And we're always there. And we're doing this and this. No, I don't need that because you guys are bullshitting them and yourselves, and you make me want to cry out of embarrassment because you guys are toxic. So no, I no longer want to do these walks.
No.
Oh, well, maybe you'll change your mind. No, I don't, because you guys have set me on edge every year where I've almost relapsed and had MS attacks from this, from flare-ups and everything, from you guys bullshitting and stressing about what are we going to eat after? What are we doing for breakfast? I don't give a shit. I just want to wake up every day and just do what I need to do and get ready for work the next day.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have a very close relationship with my mom and my grandma, but there's things they don't understand with me, and especially the mental health stuff. They're pretty open about the eye stuff, but the mental health they don't fully get. My mom a little more than my grandma, but she just doesn't get it when there are days I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. It's like, why?
Yeah.
And it's like, Grandma, I don't want to be around you because I don't want to take out my frustration out on you. I love you. You're 92. I don't want to scream at you. There are times you deserve it, and I'm not going to do it because I love you, and I just don't feel like being around people right now. It's nothing personal. If there was anybody I was going to be around, it would probably be you. But because I don't want to hurt your feelings, because you're a lot more sensitive than I am, I don't want to hurt your feelings. So, and that's something I've really learned here, even in the last couple years here, where I'm just like, I'm not doing things I don't want to do anymore. I'm tired of being uncomfortable. Yeah. I'm tired of being around people I don't want to be around, or tired of putting on a happy smile for others. It's like, I'm a good person. I'm not wasting my time anymore. I spent too much time in the hospital.
And I'm slowly learning that too, thanks to you, of course, more. Well, my family, it's been easier, but of course, recently with everything you know about,
right.
It's getting there too, where I'm just like, again, tomorrow I actually have, I'm trying to get myself ready because my best friend since kindergarten asked me if I can go wedding dress shopping with her.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool. And I told my mom because I was so excited. She's like, well, I just have to tell you, if you were still with him, you would have been missing out on that. I was like, how do you know that? She's like, because you missed out a lot of things. I'm like, I missed out a lot of things family-wise, but I still would have been included in anyways. I was like, this has been my best friend since kindergarten. I still do stuff with her, and I would have dropped everything for her again. So please, can we drop this whole subject about me not being there for you guys, even though I still put money into this house and bought things, but you know, I was just a useless human being, and she was so pissed this morning. But I was like, hey, I'm just telling you how I feel and how you make me feel. I'm like, you cannot tell me that I was going to miss wedding dress shopping with my best friends for over a guy. I'm like, you do not know what has gone on in my life, and yet you still want to criticize it.
Yeah, and then if you use everything as an excuse, that means you're never taking accountability for things that you did anyway. For any of us, like,
yeah,
yes, the guy was a problem, but at the same time, you have control to just leave him. So you can't take responsibility from the person either, because again, neither are right. But you can't just say one is wrong and the other is vindicated. No, they both play a part in it.
Exactly. But everybody too is still like, well, it was all on him, this and this. I'm like, it was not all on him. Like, why do you guys want to keep? And again, I'm just going to stop there because I want to just be done with that whole conversation about him.
Right.
But it's just the whole fact that I can tell you guys up the yang, everything that has went on, everything I took a part of in all of this. And you still will talk the most shit about them. Because what do you see with me? It's not like he used me, nothing like that. I took into accountability. I knew what I was doing with my credit score. I knew what I was doing with my credit, period. But yet they're all still like, well, you did this and you cared about him more than this. I'm like, do you guys want to know where half of your birthday gifts came from? Because that also was put on credit cards too.
Yeah. Well, but see, where like I'm proud of you is that you, like I said, you're taking accountability for it. Because if there's anybody that would like to be revengeful and just say a bunch of shit about them, would be you. But
exactly,
you're not. I mean, you do in some ways, but like to them, it's like, yeah, like just let it go. And
yeah,
we'll all just
like,
let it go.
And I have stopped myself enough to be like, okay, I'm not going to criticize them anymore, because I'm like, yeah, I played a part in this knowing too. And regardless, even if there was some things that were like slipped and I still backtrack in the video, but they still want to come at me like, well, you said, I'm like, well, you obviously care because you're still looking at my shit, but let me just be and live my own life now. Everybody, like, what's done is done. I'm doing this. I'm calling my shots here. I'm like, and I've lived pretty damn close a long time with this disease too. So stop telling me about my health. Stop telling me about diet. Stop telling me who I should date. Stop telling me like, well, so-and-so did this and they no longer have MS, or my sisters make this much money. How come you're at this job? Why do you work so hard? Just stop.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing stuff since I was 15, seeing my own doctors, making my own appointments, picking my medicines, picking my doctors, driving myself to appointments when I got my license and was able to do it. And nobody has come with me for like the past 10 years to any doctor appointment.
Yeah. Do you get like, I feel like you have, and I have another friend who's similar to you, and it's kind of what I get sometimes. Do you ever get like, some people just think you're a bitch because you just have been through so much and you carry yourself a certain way, so it kind of comes off like, like, what? Why are you so, like, it comes off like I understand it because I'm like that sometimes, where I'm just very matter of fact, and I just say what I feel and people don't know how to take it.
Yeah.
But I can imagine some people would take you a certain way and be like, why are you just a bitch? Why are you so moody?
Yeah. A lot of the times, and they're like, oh, you didn't get enough sleep. I'm like, no, I got enough sleep. I'm just tired of hearing you bitch and complain.
Well, then, but
so I'm just going to give you my energy back.
That, but also what people don't really know is how much in pain you really are, whether it's mentally or physically. They really don't.
Yeah.
So you wake up going, fuck, my knee hurts. But today is technically a good day. And then,
Yeah.
but they're like, oh, your good days. Well, why are you in a bad mood? It's like, because I'm still having a 7 in pain tolerance right now. Like, it still sucks. Still limping. It's just, it's not both knees today. So, yeah. But you're still in a bad mood, or you're still frustrated because it's just part of life. And then it's not like when you're having a bad health day minus the mental health, like anything physically, usually I don't know about you, but when I have like bad eye days, it's a guarantee I'm going to have a bad mental health day, because
Oh, yeah.
there is no like, oh, my eyes suck more today. You know what? Today's going to be a good one. Nope.
Yeah, never. But yeah, I do get those days a lot. Well, recently it's just been a lot just because of everything. But then I don't know what it is, if it's from the surgery where I'm just like extra tired. And they're like, well, you should be able to breathe now, so I don't see why you're so tired. And I'm just like, just stay in your room. Just stay in your room. Don't just ignore everybody, because you don't need to snap. You don't need to go to jail. You don't need them to cry and be bitchy. I'm stuck in this house. Just stay in your room.
Yeah. See, I there's times I forget kind of how fucked up my reality is, because things are just normal to me. Because this is my norm. I only know this. And so
Yeah.
when others complain about some of their issues, now there are some friends I have that have it way worse than I do, but there are some that they'll just say something and I'll go, that doesn't even sound that bad. Like I remember one time I was in, I think it was like 6th or 7th grade. I think it was 6th grade. And they were having some kind of science thing, and they were trying to show us to put on like beer goggles to show you what you would look like when you're intoxicated. And I put them on. I'm like, this ain't that bad. I'm like, wait a minute. My vision's a little better than this, but not much. And everyone's like, huh? I was like, what? This sucks, obviously, but you with perfect vision in this probably isn't that bad of a combination. But like, they're looking at me like, well, damn, what a buzzkill.
Holy crap. That sounds just like the experience I had with beer goggles. Except when they gave us our beer goggles, they set up a course where we had to drive a golf course through these cones.
Oh, okay.
I did such a good job. And they were like, I knocked down no cones. And they were like, you were peeking. I was like, no, I wasn't. I was like, this wasn't bad. They're like, take them off and get out of the gym. Like, go to study hall. I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, they were mad. I was like, it's not bad.
Yeah. I'm saying that, like I said, the people, and then, like I said, that's just one, facet of our lives, one part of it. So it's like,
right.
Yeah, you don't, and you just wake up and you're like, yeah, it's going to take a half hour for my eyes to get settled into a very mediocre point. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, and my demons, like I'm waking up and there's my demons are on top of me going, hey, TJ, you suck. Oh, cool. Nice. Today's the right shoulder day. Oh, that's going to hurt for no reason. Like, but it's just normal for us. Like, yes, we may say, ow, we may grit our teeth and all that, but it's just normal. Whereas so many, when I hear them complain, like, oh my God, my boyfriend left me. And it's like, yeah, I get that's traumatic. That sucks. But what else is going on with you? You mean you could get up in no pain, and you can sit down in no pain, and you can do everything like perfectly fine? Well, damn. You mean you can get in your car and drive? I can't do that. Like, you could just go to McDonald's and get a McGriddle and come home. Wow, that must sound nice. It's like,
damn, your day must suck. You went out and you met your friends for breakfast? Wow.
Oh, you have friends? Oh.
Right? Like, you have people that actually contact you on a daily?
What? Yeah. Again, that's why I'm so sarcastic with half of these people, because it's like, God, you guys have it so rough. Oh my God, you have a mom and a dad. Oh no. You have
like, wow.
You have room for both parents? God, that must suck. Oh man, you got to buy gifts on Father's Day and Mother's Day? Oh no.
Like, damn, I'm so sorry.
What? You've had a Valentine's for the last 10 years? Oh, fuck.
That must suck. Like, I am so sorry. Your life is so bad.
I know. You got to go home and you have someone to cuddle with. They're just all over you every time you go home. Oh my God, that just sounds just awful.
Like, what? You make $25 an hour? That's horrible.
Oh,
Like, shit.
you're 25 an hour dishwasher. How? God, you really have it hard. I really like. I hope God just he comes in and just takes all this from you and just says, "I'm changing this shit." Like what?
Right. And everybody's like, you're so negative. You need to go to church and blah, blah. I'm like, what is going to church? Me going to church is going to help me not be so negative.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, I'll put that on my to-do list after I go with furnishing my apartment in hell. How about that?
Well, I mean, again, and I believe, but at the same time, it's like you tell me God is everywhere. So why do I have to go to church? Why? So I can put money on the plate? No. Like, I believe in God.
Like,
and
I'm not going to. Me too. And my mom's just now realizing that. Like, she did invite me. She's like, oh, next week I'm going to take your nieces to this thing at the church. If you want, I was like, no. And she was like, I didn't even finish. I was like, no, I will not. She's like, okay, I just wanted to ask you. I'm like, okay, but thank you for asking, but she's like, okay, I get it. But I'm like, that is now finally acceptance after like 22 years of me telling her that I don't need to go to church in order to be heard or anything like that. I'm not going to give money to these churches that say they're so holy and it goes to the church, but it never does.
Right.
And pretend like I'm going to be there with everybody else who pretends in life. So then you guys come home and you guys bitch and complain about who's there at church with you and what they tell you. Like, why do you go to church then? Just stay at home.
Yeah. And they say God doesn't make
mistakes. You can
mistakes.
bitch and complain about each other. Yeah.
God doesn't make mistakes. He knew what he was doing. He made me lazy. So I'm going to talk to him while I'm on my couch.
Yep.
Like,
he knew what he was doing with me too. He's like, I know this girl's never going to follow everybody's lead. She can stay home in her room. She could do it.
Yeah, for me, that's a huge thing with some of my family. Like, I kind of am like the black sheep, as they say, because like even without the disabilities, like some of them are just like, I don't get it. Like, why is he online talking about being molested and bullied and things? And it's like, I'm helping people. And they're like, we don't, what? I don't understand. You talk about mental health. And it's like, yeah, I get it. I understand it is a little out there, but at the same time, it's like, they don't get it at all. So it's like, why are you doing that? It's like, look, I didn't tell you how to live your life. Don't tell me how to live mine.
Yep.
I'm not going to show you all the receipts of people reaching out to me and going, hey, you're really helping me. I'm not going to do it because that's gross. So
yeah,
leave me alone. I don't care what you do with your life. As long as you're not hurting children or animals, like, I don't care what you're doing. Do whatever. Do crack. I don't care. Just leave me alone. If I love you, I care about you. I'm not going to tell you to do crack, but but at the same time,
like, you're my best friend. Go do some crack for us.
Yeah,
like,
wake up a little.
Like, no.
Liven up a little bit. Yeah.
Right. But they do the same thing to me too. They're like, why are you online? Your stuff doesn't need to be out there, blah, 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 this and that. I'm like, because I use it as my venting space, and then I get the DMs on the side that are like, I went through that too. Like, what are some things that you did? Or, I did that. I actually did this and this, X, Y, and Z, and some of them are stupid. So I'm just like, okay, you're just going to get blocked because you're very vulgar or mean, or no, I'm not going to show you my boobs. No, I do not have an OnlyFans anymore. Like, no, like, just let me live my life. Like you said, let me do me. You guys do you. Thank you for your opinions and your concerns, but I'm doing okay.
Yeah, because I think some people look at it like how it was with Facebook or Instagram, where it's like, hey, here's my mashed potatoes that I ate last night. It's like, no, this is a lot different. This is actually beneficial for our own mental health. And we are also helping.
Like, this is getting it out there because sometimes, well, no, it's not even sometimes. We don't have anybody to actually sit there and talk to on a daily basis. Like, sorry, our community doesn't have friends like that unless they're fake friends and they know they could use you for, oh, you're getting disability money, so slide me a 20 type shit.
Yeah, but nor
Like, it's
would we
not
want
easy
to
to come by friends.
We don't want to put this on
Exactly.
one person every day. They got enough shit. Like if you have friends like I do, my
Yes.
friends have disabilities and all kind of shit they've been through. Like I'm not gonna be like, hey, can you listen to me every day, bitch about life? Because they have their own
Yes.
life to worry about.
Yes, and my friends have also kids and their own family and their husbands or wives and everything else and their job issues. So no, I am not going to bother them a million times in one freaking minute. I'll just post random freaking videos on my page. And so what if people are like, why do you put so much? I don't give a damn. Don't watch them. Scroll up. I'm not in it for the hits. I'm not in it for fans. None of that. I'm just doing what I like doing, and it's talking to a black void and sometimes really good people.
Yeah. Again, if you wouldn't have put all those videos, I'd have never met you. So, I mean,
Exactly. And I'm like, it helps when it comes around. Now, I don't know how many people I follow that have MS, and we exchange exercises or certain medications, or like, oh, hey, have you ever taken this? Or have you heard about this new MS drug? Like, now where was I going to get that from? Following all my 300 and something cousins from all over the world on my fucking Facebook? Like, no.
well, and you can, it's especially TikTok. It's like, it's a perfect way of finding people. You kind of know what variation of person they are. It's like, are these the ones that, you know, want everyone to feel bad for them? Or are these the ones that are fighters and get up every day and, you know, are really trying to help everybody, not just themselves? Because I've said this many times, one of the hardest learning lessons I found when I started doing the podcast was, I was like, I don't want to just do blind, you know, topics. I want to talk about disability as a whole. And then it became more than just even disability. But I started like venturing off to Facebook groups and things. And I'm just like, hey, deaf people, hey, amputees, like, what's going on? They're like, whoa, you're more part of the eye department. You go over there. And I'm like, no,
Right.
that's stupid. My grandfather had MS. I have one of my closest friends, you know, is an amputee and so on. Like, and they're like, yeah, we don't care, but you're blind, so stay there. And it's like, no, that's bullshit. Like, we need to be together. And then you look at the disability movement back in the 90s, and it's like, that was what it was. Like, they stood up for each other. So it's like, no, why are we still not doing this? Like
why are the disabled people belittling the other disability people? Like, we're all in the same boat. We have a disability. It doesn't matter which one it is. Group together.
Have you ever got you're not MSE enough? Because I'm not blind enough.
I've gotten I'm not MS enough. Like, why are you coming out of that car like that? You can walk. I don't see a cane. I don't see you limping. Yeah. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
No. Yeah, I've gotten it like, of course I've gotten it from people who have full sight. They're like, well, you're not us. Like, clearly. But then I go to the blind people and they're like, well, you have sight, so you're sighted. I'm like, no, I'm closer to you than them. So can we not do this?
Yeah. Or my favorite ones are like, well, you can still walk. I don't see why you're complaining about your legs. I'm like, I can't feel my whole right leg. Like, I have leg drop syndrome and I hit my foot and I use my right foot to drive. So I think I'm MSE enough. Like, you want me to crash my car so I'm in a wheelchair then? Like, does that put the green flag that I'm ready to go talk about MS then? I don't know.
No, you're not MSE enough because you can feel your left foot. That's probably why.
Damn. I got to stab the other one then.
Yep. Damn it. It's so stupid. Like, I make fun of it because it's the most idiotic thing. It's just we try to find every reason not to accept each other. It's like, you're not a part of this group. It's like, do you think I want to be a part of this group, really? Like, to be a part of this group means some shit really happened to me. And it's like, look, I'm proud to have a disability. I really am. I'm proud to be a part of the community. But, you know, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But, like, the reality of it is when you say you're a part of this community, it's like saying you're a part of the homeless community. It's like, it's not necessarily technically a good thing. But you make the most of it. And there are some that are just like, they're trying to be gatekeepers to who comes in and who does. It's like, you don't get to tell me shit. I know what I lived through. Like, you can say your life is easier or harder. I don't know. I'm not going to compare. I don't give a shit. Because if you just want to compare just the eye stuff alone, maybe you got me. But I promise you, I got a bunch of other shit under my in my closet that will knock your blindness right off. So, so if I'm not blind enough, fine. But how about these things? And so it's like, I never When someone says they have, and again, there are some people that really are just like, hey, I'm fat, so I have a disability because I eat myself into a chair. And it's like really their real disability is their mental health. But there are people that try to make themselves disabled. And I don't, look, I'm not for any of that shit. But, I'm not here to tell somebody if they're disabled or not because their disability isn't as severe as mine or whatever. Like, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Because I've talked to people who are paralyzed, and they'll tell me, thank God I have my eyes. I would not want to be blind. And I'm like, well, I have some sight, but I would never want to be in a wheelchair. Like, and it's just a perspective thing. Like, so it's like, you can say one is worse than the other, but it really is a perspective thing. To me, it seems like everything else would be harder, deaf, blind, whatever, anything other than blind, because I know it. I'm familiar with it. I'm 32 years in with this shit. But, like, to others, it's like they have their eyes, and they're like, I wouldn't want to lose my eyes. That would suck. So I changed my whole tune on that because I used to think, like, my disability isn't even that bad. But to me, or to others, like, it's the worst. So it's like, okay, whatever. Like, I know it's bad, and others have it bad, too. So you live, and you learn to love them, and, the ones who want to support each other and try to make this a better community, great. The rest of them who are just like, I just want to sit here and feel sorry for myself. I'm like, I'm going to fight for you, but you're never going to be on my podcast because I can't. I don't want people to come on and be like, I'm disabled, life sucks. It's like, yeah, I feel
and then just start crying over on your whole interview, like, I can't do this. And like, okay, good talking to you. Like, no, it's all about uplifting and building a positive mind from around every single disability. And just, we want everybody to be included, but if you're going to just bash yourself and woe is me, you're not the type of people that a lot of us are looking for.
Well, but the thing is, like, I understand that mindset. I've been there.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging it by any means. I try to think about a young version of myself who was suicidal and was like, looking for any positive interactions in life. And if I were to come across that episode of somebody going, yeah, disabled sucks, I want to end my life, and then I'm like, you're right. Being disabled does suck. Like, I should end my life. Like, I don't want anyone to ever listen to something I put out and they'll be like, my God, he made me want to kill myself. And again, you can't control everything. I get that. But any way you can possibly control it. Like, again, there's conversations I've had on there where some are, at different levels and different points in their life, and some are talking to, really dark and, morbid about their life, but there's still some light at the end of the tunnel. But if someone comes on, it's just like, God, just depression and, MS, everything. Oh, I can't do it. Like, look, I want you to paint the picture because I don't want you to act like life is easy either. But I don't want you coming on and, convincing others to kill themselves because it's like, my God, like, there are people who live with your condition and do fine. That doesn't mean they don't have it hard. They just, they figure it out. So man up, woman up. Take it on the chin. That's another thing. Like, I've gotten from some people where they're like, "Well, what? You just take it. You say these things like it's just so matter of fact. Like, oh, just man up." And I'm like, "No, man, it's just like I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I have days where are really hard, and I just have to punch myself in the chest and say, just keep going. What else are you going to do? You gonna give up?
Yeah.
There's no giving up.
Like, sure, you can take a day like that if you want, but just don't make it like a regular habit of yourself. Like, oh, I gave up yesterday and let's just keep this going for this whole week. Like, no, you couldn't pull yourself out of it. If you've done it before, sure. Like, take a day to yourself, eat some ice cream, eat yourself a lot of food, something. But just remember, there's people that don't wake up and have almost the same thing you're going through. So just be grateful.
Well, and so many people just want to be fucking pampered. Like,
yes.
And it's like, if you have it hard, there is no pampering. Like, there is no.
Yes.
I don't know pampering. I don't know easy way outs. I don't know shortcuts. They don't exist for me. I wish they would to some degree because, man, life would just be a little bit easier. But that's not what happens for us. So we have to. It doesn't. We have to sometimes be even harder on ourselves because we're the first one to go. We usually don't get a lot of criticism. But when the criticism we do get, the ones that the criticism that affects us is us when we're just like, oh, TJ, you suck today. And it's like,
yes,
yeah, you suck. And it's like, I'm doing that, not you. Like, I have to be like, TJ, shut the fuck up. Like, I've said that to myself out loud many times. Like, shut the fuck up. Because, like, we're having a nice day and you're ruining it by your random moping thoughts. Like, we don't.
Oh, I told myself that like about 20 times yesterday.
Yeah, you have to.
Yes.
And it's like I said, and some may think it's extreme or whatever, but it's like you're being, rude to yourself. Whatever. Sometimes I deserve it because there's no reason I should be sad right now. Like I always said, like if I have a good eye day and my body's not hurting, this is going to be a good day. And then I finally get that and I'm still sad. No, we're not doing that shit. We are getting out of bed.
Like this is what I actually wanted for like the longest time was a good day, and I'm going to ruin it myself by like being depresso mode. Like, no.
Yeah, we're not doing that today. I have to do that sometimes. And it's like, this is how I have to be with myself because I will ruin it. I will ruin a whole day because I just can't get over my stupid emotions. So, I'm very hard on myself sometimes. Sometimes more than I should. I do admit that. But there are times where it's just like,
I feel like that's something that we have in common too. Like, I'm my own harsh critic. I am, but in reality, it comes down to, again, what friends, who's going to tell us really? Nobody's going to say it to us but ourselves. So it's almost like recreating the whole, well, this is my imaginary friend, but you're your own friend.
Yeah, and usually, I don't know about for you, but when I get certain criticism or get certain things thrown at me, it's usually downplaying or overplaying something. Like it's usually like, oh God, well that sucks, and it's like, no, I don't need you to like hold my hand, but I also don't need you to be a dick. Like, can you just try? I get it, it's hard for you, but can you try to understand, like a little bit? Like there are people who just don't even try to understand. They'll ask you the most ignorant ass questions. What's wrong with your eyes?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with your manners? What's wrong with you approaching someone like that? Like leave me alone. Like, I'd never go up to somebody and say, what's wrong with your legs or whatever the fuck. No, it's ignorant.
The famous one that I always get, well, you don't look sick. I want to be like, well, you don't look fucking stupid either, but here we are.
Oh, I get all the time. You don't look blind. It's like, why? Do I need a dog and a cane for it to look like that? Sorry.
Right? I want to be, they were like, you don't look like you have that. You look so put together. I want to be like, yeah, because I have to wake up like an hour and a half earlier than I really normally have to, just so I can make sure I can feel everything and that the numbness goes away in my hand every morning. Like, but yeah, I don't look sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to do a video on something like this because it's the whole not looking disabled thing is mind-boggling. It's like you don't look what I picture a blind person looking like. Why? Like what?
And then they want to be like, is that like a hereditary thing? Like who had it before you? I'm like, obviously the person who was first diagnosed with had it before me. I don't fucking know.
You must have
my dad died of asbestos of the lungs. He didn't die of anything with MS.
Yeah. You must have good genes. No, not really, because that's how this happened to me. It's like,
right?
What the hell, man? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, people are so, like, it's mind-baffling, like, how stupid some people are. And I hate to just say it that way, but, like, I'm sure none of you who are listening to this are stupid. But, it's just, it's amazing how many people will say the dumbest shit to somebody. Like, I can take it now because I'm 36, but, like, when I was a kid, there were people who would come up to me and, like, just ask me shit. Like, do you wear your hat? Like, I used to wear a hat all the time. I'm like, do you wear a hat to bed? Do you wear a hat to bed? So do you see the hat is down low because it's protecting me from the sun? So why would I wear it to bed when it's nighttime? Unless I'm sleeping, unless my parents are abusive and they make me sleep in a very lit room. Like, what the fuck? Like
no, they thought you camped outside in the backyard.
Yeah. No, my parents chained me up in the basement, so I don't have to wear a hat.
Yours did too.
Yeah. It's like, and again, that's another thing. It's like, oh, you're like, wow, that was so dark. It's like, yeah, dude, to live with disabilities, to live with all the shit that we've gone through, you have to be a little dark. How the hell am I getting through life if I don't laugh at some shit? I'm sorry.
Like, how do you think we got the word black sheep for some of us? We've earned this.
Yeah. Like, you You think my scars came for free? Like I asked for them and say, God, can you just take out my gallbladder and can you no, it just happened. So yeah, like I wear these proudly, but at the same time, for fuck's sake, you think I'd rather this? No, I'm insecure as shit. It's like, yeah, you think I don't want to have a perfect body? That shit was not in the plans. I'm okay, but I'm just like, yeah, man, like it is what it is. Leave me alone, because I can't. And I don't know if it's because how I was raised or just how I even just taught myself some things. But like, I would never be a dick to people, especially somebody who I know is going through it. Because if you're somebody who's going through it, you know someone else is. You can feel it. They don't got to wear a shirt that says it. So when I see somebody in a wheelchair or something, I don't pity them. I don't go, oh, you have it hard. But I remember one time I saw this girl at a mall in Philly, and she was just like, her parents just stuck her outside of an FYE, and she's just sitting there like posted next to some cardboard cutout of some celebrity. And I went up to her and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna let you know you look really pretty today. And I just walked away. Because I didn't know what the fuck to say to her, because it was awkward. They just put her right out by this cardboard cutout of like a NASCAR driver.
Like if she was like a fucking freak show for people just to gander while they were shopping.
And I could feel her energy was like really dark and sad. Like I could tell she was not comfortable. And I was just like,
yeah, like that's embarrassing as hell.
Yeah. I can only imagine. And that's the thing, like as a person with a disability, and I'm very fortunate in my mindset and where I am today, because I could have been like so many of the blind kids that I've met along the way who just went to some school where they had they were basically fed third grade homework while they're in 11th grade, and they were given no hope. And I almost went to that school, and I see a lot of those kids now, and they're all like, yeah, I got 3 kids and still living at home with my family and this and that, and they got nothing going for them. And I'm like, God damn it, like I'm so lucky. And I'm never making fun of them, but it's like I wanted to be that at one point. Like I wanted to go to this blind school, and I'm like, I'm free of that. Like I don't have the shackles of my family telling me what to do or any. And again, I know like you live with your family, that's fine. But like you work, you do shit. Like I know so many who just literally all they did was procreate and just lay around and collect disability. And it's like, I'm not making fun of you. Like if you're one of those people, like no, but you don't lower the bar for yourself. It's already so low. Like you can do so much more. Don't accept the handouts that like that's what they want you to be. They want you to just be a good servant and just be like, oh, you poor little disabled person, here you go. Here's $1,200 you can get every month. That's good enough for you. Like that covers my rent. That covers pretty much all my bills. But if I want to, like the shoes and shit I buy, if I want to go to the grocery store, I want to go out to eat, it doesn't cover any of that, because it's just something. And like some look at it like it's a handout. And it's like, technically I earned this. I had to earn it the hard way. So like, yeah, I had to nearly die for this check. So I'm sorry that you didn't nearly die and you're not getting a check, but you don't have anybody denying you a job because of your disability. Somebody will just hire you even if you had 3 jobs this month. They'll be like, yeah, I'll take you because you look pretty abled. Like, so I have to try hard for everything. So if I get a little check every month, a minimal $1,200 check, I don't think it's really that bad. There's a lot of people that are taken from the government that really didn't deserve it. So I don't think you should come for people like us first.
Nope.
But,
And again, if you would like to donate to anybody that's struggling to get disability like me, no, I'm kidding. I actually I would like to get it just because I feel like I'm actually like turning 80. I'm just that tired. But I have to push myself extra hard and take extra things like tutoring on Tuesdays and Thursdays with more kids just to try to make ends kind of meet. And I'm still having to work during the summertime with kids in summer camp because, I'm going to get paid. Now I'll get paid during the summer. But I'm barely making ends meet. And they say that I was never legally disabled. And I should have been working when I was 12 in order to be even qualified for disability right now. which is not even politically correct.
Right. The last episode I put out, I interviewed a disability lawyer, and I'll have to send you the episode because she talked about a lot of misconceptions on how people get disability, because there's like 5 steps, and the one step is always messed up because usually the doctor will just say, hey, they're disabled, and that's not enough. They actually have to go into the reasons why you can't do something, especially work or whatever it is. And then, of course, like every year, that's why I did that one video a couple weeks ago where I was like, hey, I'm celebrating. I got my letter that I'm still disabled, guys. Woo! Because you get that every year.
I remember that one.
And it's like, yay, you're disabled. Just want to let you know you still are, you're still qualified for our benefits. It's like, yay. But yeah, I mean, you definitely should be able to get it. I know plenty of people with MS who get it. So it's just those invisible disabilities are much harder because, again, people are very simple. So it's like wheelchair equals disabled. Blind, deaf equal disabled. They get that. But when it's like, hey, I have chronic pain, it's like, well, what's that? We all have something hurting. It's like, no, you don't get it. Or mental health, too. Another one is very hairy because it's like, well, you got mental health. So does everybody. Yeah, but my mental health keeps me from being able to do A, B, and C. And they're like, well, that just sounds like an excuse. So they just don't get it. And for me, like, yeah, there are some people that I question and I go, I don't know. But I let it go because I'm like, look, I've had people ask me if my disability is real, and it's completely obvious that I have one. But, I get it. It feels stupid to be asked, like, yeah, you sure? It's like, no, I'm pretty damn sure. Pretty sure. This is not something you say, hey, guys, I just want to let you know I have a brand new daughter, and I'm also disabled. Congratulations, me. Like, that's not how it goes. There's not a celebratory party for us. If anything, it's a long, long process of just trying to understand your new life. It's because even like this and how long we've been talking, I have been actually struggling on and off to straighten my hair. My hair is not even that long, and I still only have like 2 sections of 6 of it done. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, just even basic stuff like that. It's really hard. Like, I'm tired and I want to take a nap again. And I'm like, didn't I just wake up from a nap before I talked to you? I'm pretty sure I did. You did. Yeah, no, that's why the video I did the other day of just like, hey, like, I don't know what you did today, but if it was the bare minimum, like, good for you. Because there are days where it's just like, hey, I brushed my teeth and I showered and I ate. That's a success for me today. That's not an everyday thing. Usually that's, whatever. Who gives a shit? Okay, today I did all that stuff. I'm not going to brag about it. But there are days where I was in the, crevices of the darkest of times and I was getting my ass kicked by my demons. And I'm like, hey, I fed myself. I didn't want to, but I did. Hey, I showered today. I really just wanted to lay in my filth and say, who gives a shit? Because I'm not going anywhere. But there are days where, they're the most trivial things, mundane things are the hardest to do because it's like you have no energy for them. I'm like, my big thing for the whole day was that I got up and vacuumed my car and took my mom to the store. And then when I came back, I was like, man, I'm already tired. And she looked at me and she didn't say anything. She's like, well, you can take a nap. There's not like you can do anything. So just relax. I want to be like, I'm proud of you, but I don't want to make her seem like I felt like she was stupid. But it was kind of like, I want to be like, thank you for not saying, but didn't like, why are you tired? Because usually she comes with some comments that I question, like, did you ever want to be a mom? Because you're kind of really mean and rude to us. But recently it's been where it's like, okay, I feel like because I've talked to you one-on-one and have nicely addressed to you, like, your words kind of hurt and like you're really rude to me, where it hasn't been like that a lot. So we'll see. Maybe there's a new development in that. We could do another podcast on that. Now, is that like a Latina thing? Because, like, again, my sister's half Puerto Rican. I was a lot of Spanish women. And sometimes they're very abrasive. I don't even know.
that's the thing. I don't know, because it's not like the cultural part was part of our upbringing ever.
Okay.
And especially being Puerto Rican and Mexican, I'm like, I don't understand it, because the other thing is that my mom never really seemed like she was a mothering type. But when I got sick, it never seemed like she was a caring mothering type towards me. But like I said, that's again for a whole nother different topic, because I can go on a lot about family and the differences of sisters, because my older two, and just there's a lot, but I can go into a lot of different topics. So I'm like,
yeah, we'll do another
I honestly feel like I have had a life already, and everybody's like, well, you're still young. I'm like, you don't know an actual person's life, because we all like to keep certain things to ourselves covered, and sometimes buried so deep where we're sitting there and randomly at night you're like, oh shit, that happened to me. Oh damn, maybe that's why. And then you go into a whole downward spiral, and hello demons, you're wide awake at like 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like the other day yesterday, you were talking about how you were doing all the kitty things. And I'm like, oh yeah, I was like, like I was happy that you were doing something productive instead of just laying around sitting and just taking the beating. It's because there are times where it's like, I don't even want to do this podcast. Like I do it. I force myself because it is something that's very therapeutic and I enjoy it. But there are times where I'm like, no, I don't want to be happy-go-lucky and try to help people. I don't even want to get out of bed. But then I'm like, no, you got to do it. You made this, you confirmed this appointment. You're going to do it.
Yeah.
And so I get it. Like, yeah, when life is kicking you around, and if you can manage to still do something productive in your life, that's pretty damn good, no matter how small it is.
I know every time I do that, I can always still hear your voice in a video. Like, no matter how small, you got up and you did something today. I'm like, and I have to try to remember that myself. I'm like, at least I am doing stuff. Like, yes, I still have my moments with stuff, sure, but I had a very, very productive day, and I had good things happen today, and just now it's time for me to be like, okay, let me finish with my hair. Let me find outfit choices so my sister can tell me if this is appropriate to wear to go wedding dress and lunch for tomorrow, because I've never done this type of thing. And yeah, that's how I'm basically going to end my day, is just relaxing here and probably making myself dinner in a little bit.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, again, like you said, yeah, that's why I always enjoy talking to you, because I never know where you're going to be at and what headspace you're in, but it's like, yeah, it's sad that we need those reminders every day where it's like, hey, get the hell up. You're going to be okay.
Yep.
But it's like there are days where like you'll have 8 in a row where you're like, life is good. I'm good. I'm heading the right direction. Woo. And then the 9th day comes and you're like, I don't know where I'm headed. Life sucks. Like, I suck.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. Everything's still the same. You're just looking at it from a different angle. So, shut up, and keep going. And so, yeah, I mean, and that's why I enjoy having so many friends that also go through shit, because it's like when someone is down, you just pick each other up. Like it's what they're here. Yeah. It's what we're here for. And we don't look like, I don't look at you like if you're just like, hey, TJ, shut the fuck up, get up. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, you don't understand. Because, yeah, you don't fully understand my life and I don't fully understand yours, but we are closest to understanding than anyone else. So, and I mean, you and I are very similar in a lot of ways too, but
yeah,
in general, it's just like I said, you care about somebody, and if you've been through a lot, regardless of what it is, you can help somebody. You don't have to have the same experiences. There's times people come on here and talk about having addiction issues. I've never done a drug in my life, but I can relate to them in certain ways based on, things they say. Because there's also mental health that comes with that and so many other things. And it's like, no, I always try to look for how we're similar, because we always try to find ways why people are saying, oh, you're different. You're not like me. It's like, yeah, I'm happy that I'm not like anybody, but I know we have similarities because we're the same damn species. So
yep.
How about we kind of come together and try to help each other and not put each other down? It's corny, but it's true. Like, I don't care what you do or who you sleep with. Just leave me alone. Don't tell me what to do with my life. I'm good with that. Accept me for all my flaws.
Yep, accept me, or we can just part ways, and there'll be no harm, no foul.
Oh yeah, I've always said I think I've blocked more numbers in my phone than I've added. So.
Oh, same.
But I don't ghost people though. I tell people like you're getting blocked for said reason. Like I don't ghost people at all.
I don't ghost people. I'm like, we're not seeing eye to eye. I thought it was gonna work. Goodbye.
Right, exactly. I guess we could kind of wrap this up. I don't, we can you and I could talk about random. It'll go so many different places. We'll never get off of here. But,
right.
But don't hang up. We'll finish up off the phone. But I do,
okay.
I do appreciate you coming on. I always wanted to have you on, so it's good to get one in.
Same. I was always nervous about doing it, and then somebody was always around when you'd ask. But now I'm just like, you know what? It's a good time.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell me. I'm not gonna, force it on you. But like after a while, you kind of forget you're even being recorded. Like you're just talking.
I did. I honestly did. I forgot. I was like, and then we could wrap it up. I was like, wait, what? Is there a hidden camera in my room?
Yeah. But yeah, no. Anyway, like I said, I appreciate you coming on. We'll definitely do another one down the road because with our lives, there's always material. So.
Oh yes.
We'll do it. But all right, guys, we'll see y'all later, and everybody take care of your health, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye. Whoop! Didn't mean to hit the button, but.